Hey!
Nice and cozy right here. Perfect.
All right, are we on?
Got my, yep, we're on.
Cool.
So, I was telling Robert, man, it was like a pill just to get out and drive. It was like an hour and 16-minute drive. And I had you guys on full blast with a bunch of songs going on.
Well, thank you.
You're our biggest fan, that's it.
You are. I wish there was about 3 million of you.
Yeah, you know what?
I don't need 3 million. I need a 500,000. That'd be fun.
A couple hundred.
A couple hundred.
We have a lot of fans.
In one night.
We have a lot of fans on the internet, but they don't come to our show.
Yeah.
That's because they're all far away.
We have internet.
We've got people in
We have lots of friends
Germany
in
and
Japan, London, all over.
South America.
The most fans that I figure that we have, though, are
Mexico.
all in Brazil. We have like 500 fans there alone. But we can't get
It
there.
seems the Hispanics, they like metal.
Yeah.
You know, and they like
We have a lot of fans in
Christian.
Mexico,
They
too.
like Christian themed metal.
We have a lot of fans in Mexico.
We sing metal. We sing about God. Singing it.
Got about 75 friends, fans in Peru. One of them's a niece of mine from a previous marriage.
One of them's
We did an interview a few years back with our old bass player, and this guy he told us that we had like one section that was all darkened out, and he said it was all overseas and like around Japan, Hong Kong. He said most of our fan base was in that general area. Remember that? In the general area. So we have a lot of fans in the cities, London, and then Mickey Spectrum said we have a lot of fans in
Australia.
And
Australia, London, Japan.
Maybe we could recruit about 100 people to go out on the streets and protest.
Maybe we could play at the space
Turn
station.
some cars over and stuff.
We could play at the
My
International
love.
Space Station.
The ultimate update for 3 Days in the Grave. The Kryptonite, Volume 1.
Yeah.
This is like Kryptonite Bongo Boy Records,
Right.
Volume 1.
Right.
And between Imran Ahmed, 3 Days in the Grave, and Gregg Wietstock, 3 of you guys are on that one production.
It's
Right.
pretty awesome.
And then there's the Dolly Parton thing.
Right.
To Robert, how did you guys manage to get on that Volume 1 Bongo Boy Records?
Well, it's interesting is because these people reached out to us at first, and I believe it was Greg that the head of the Bongo Boy Records reached out to Greg, and Greg, tossed the idea at us, and so we decided to throw the song "My Love for You" on there. But then I started thinking, why are we ever going to stop there? Let's, throw a few more songs out, and we talked Greg. Imran into throwing a song on there, and then as of recently our bass player Greg has decided to start writing some songs, and we're working on adding those to our shows as well, the songs that were on that record.
And that album is
That's nice.
That album being submitted to the Grammy Recording Academy.
The Grammy Recording Academy now has a submission for
for the Kryptonite.
Kryptonite.
Yeah.
And it's
Not really sure what
KRYPT, and then it's 2 lines, like
It's
a numeral 2.
Roman numeral 1 and
Yeah.
2 ones. So
Yep.
it's 2
But-
in Roman numerals.
Yeah.
Crypt, KRYP, 2, Roman numeral 2. Knight, like a knight, on a
Yep.
horse with the whatever those things are called.
Yeah.
But you can go on Bongo Boy Records. That's pretty easy to find, and they
Yeah.
have the list of all the different albums that they come out with.
Well, one of the things that we found out that, just like the Beatles found out when they were doing studio songs, that sometimes songs that they did in the studio weren't so easy to recreate in a live setting. So we're working on making sure that live songs that we did in the studio will be done live.
When you have somebody from Pakistan, it's so far away, you can't get them here to, you know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
So we got to do it ourselves, and then unless we get him on a big screen, how is he going to feel you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because it's
And
like
somehow
it's
he
like,
does it.
It's like how is he going to feel?
Imran created those songs, so
he created them. So
they're unique to him. And it's pretty cool that he included us in it, but you know, without Imran, it's really kind of
pointless.
hard for us to do.
Unless we get him on a big screen or something.
He's the one that's got the. He's a
good master.
He created that song, you know, and it comes from him, you know. So, like, we can do our little parts in there, but you know, really, if we don't have him,
it's not going to be the same.
It's not going to be the song.
Yeah. So the song "My Love for You."
That's my song.
That's one of them that you were doing at the studio, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's one of our songs.
That's our song.
So how did you get it on Kryptonite? Did Imran finish it?
That song I can.
That was the first song we put
That was the first song that we actually went in the studio and recorded together.
The one that I was with you?
No,
hanging out?
No.
Another time.
There's a, same studio though.
Yeah.
Same studio, but that was a different time.
Dennis.
Yeah.
Dennis Rennick, Rock Zion Records.
So, but
Producer extraordinaire.
in my opinion, that particular
Dennis
song also
Rennick's-
represents the best of what we do. And I kind of wrote that song. I started that song in 1982 and then put it in a guitar case and never touched it again until 2011. And then I work in a hospital as a respiratory therapist, so my free time is limited to however they decide to schedule me. So he was blessed to be able to go into the studio and have just a little more time to work on that. And, you know, I don't know if you remember being a kid when it seemed like a day lasted for a long time, and now you blink your eyes and the day is gone.
Yeah.
It's crazy how that.
In a year from one age to another.
When we were in the
It's even
studio
more
the other
valuable now, I think, with the COVID thing, because like it's been so hard to get gigs and like nothing's happening, and for us to be able to get out here and play, even if there's just like, you know, we had a small crowd, but it was nice, you know, and they
Yeah,
were
but for
busy.
Gene too, man, he's had a really hard time with his kids and stuff, and I'll let Gene speak about that.
I was going to Hollywood, you know, playing music, getting money, and my friend let me use the bongos. So we go out and time my kids with me, and we're on the train. We end up in downtown Long Beach, and I was gonna get off right there and just catch the 232 and go back to the hotel. But something told me no, go to the inn. It was like something was just holding me there. I think God hold me there. So I get off, and the lady's like, "Are you homeless?" And I was like, "Yeah," but I was kind of scared. All I saw was the cops around me. They had clipboards, and I didn't see her badge or badge around. So I kept saying, no, because I thought it was a CPS. The cop's like, "Look, we're not here to take your kid. We're here to help you, especially the COVID thing." So I said, "Oh, yeah, I'm homeless." So she goes, "Okay, I'm going to put you up." So within 2 hours, I was put up in the place. God's been blessing me. I've been in the place for like a month.
That was a total blessing.
Yeah, I remember I talked to you about that for a while.
It was a miracle, yep.
And I was just, with 3 kids, man, it's really hard, you know, and being a single parent, you know, people don't understand my situation. They don't know what's going on, but you know, that's for another time.
Yeah.
But you know, I've been fortunate to have God help me. He's had friends help me.
Yeah, the steps of a righteous man really are ordered by God.
Yeah.
And you know, it's interesting is because we got to rehearse the other day for the first time in months.
I haven't played in months, man. It was like even Howard said I was just very calm and just. It's like I've been practicing every day.
He noticed the difference.
You know,
Well, we noticed a difference completely, and it
I
was
could
like
tell on the video.
that feeling
He
that
looked calm.
feeling that I had out here on the stage tonight. I had in the studio.
And
We
then
were playing the rockin' tunes, but we had a relaxed feeling. Like
Yeah, and you know what's funny is because a lot of times I'd come here feeling nervous, and I didn't even feel that tonight.
No.
I felt just
It was like the peace of God.
Yeah.
It's
about time.
It was like the peace of God.
Well, that too.
You know what I mean? And, you know, and
never seen the righteous forsaken.
it's
Exactly.
funny. It's funny when you say, "Oh, you know, Gene got to get out and play." Well, it's pretty much true, man. I mean,
Yeah.
because I have a big responsibility, which I'm not complaining about it. I don't complain about it. But to do music, man, when you're around all with your kids, you can just sit down and relax and do music. It's just.
It's an interesting
Well, yeah,
time
well,
that the
in
whole
his
world
time.
is going through.
In his time, yeah.
Not only are you going through this whole
because of
world
that
pandemic,
reason,
you're going through this, and it's like.
But you
man,
know what?
the only
Even
thing I
though we're
went
going
through
through all
was
that
the
stuff, God has
1980s.
been supplying our needs.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
amazing, man.
You know,
It's like-
and my riches are in heaven, man. You know,
It really is
I tell
amazing.
everybody, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm not doing this to get rich. I'm not doing this to take over the world. I'm not. I'm doing this because if one person can get saved from the music we do, you know, even though
That's
I'm
what
not
it's all
singing it,
about.
even though I'm not singing it, I'm up there playing it, and people can hear him singing us doing the music, and if one person gets saved, my job is
It
done.
was
And
worth it.
even if you think you're just singing to the choir, if saved people can be encouraged.
Exactly.
It's all good.
You got people come
It's
up to
all
him.
positive.
So you have people come up to him at the Whiskey Go-Go and be like, you know what? That I wasn't sure about you, but that My Love for You, Jesus song, I really like that. And people actually got saved from that song, man.
Yeah, and you know, Robert was sitting down talking to a couple of old timers, and just think how blessed these old timers were. It's like, yeah,
That's
this is
such
nice.
an amazing
This
song.
is nice to just
That's
sit down
Well,
with somebody.
What was interesting is this lady that I work with brought her brother, and her brother had a great time. Thought it was fantastic. He's in the Navy,
Uh-huh.
so he's off on furlough right now, and wanted to hang out with his sister. And his sister wanted to come and check us out because she
hasn't seen it?
hasn't seen us in a while.
Oh yeah.
Because you know, the
That's
last
that guy
time,
that was sitting there.
yeah,
I
the
remember
last time we saw her was at the Whiskey A Go Go.
Oh,
Oh,
that was a long time ago.
oh, that one. Oh, I know who you're talking
Oh yeah. I remember
Just to be in an out of the ordinary moment in this COVID thing is like,
about. I know. It is. It's a nice.
But you know what? I really love these guys, and really happy that they're my friends and that they put up with me, even though I'm a little on the insane and crazy side.
Yeah,
I've known this
you
guy
can be irritating
with
at
my
times.
whole life, man.
you what?
I've known this guy my whole life since '85. I've known him.
Okay.
Almost my whole life, man. He's my brother. He ain't just a friend.
I was 21. So you
I'm
must have been
closer.
about-
These
I'm
guys
closer
have
to him
been
than my
together
brother.
for a long
I'm
time.
closer to him than my own
These
brother.
two
man.
guys.
We got back together. What's interesting is because
Oh, yeah.
we stopped playing together for a while, and then I was driving down the street around 2000,
It was 2000.
end of 2000, and I looked over at this bus stop, and I go, man, that looks like Rob. Well, Lord, if you want me to get together with him again after I drop my son off, he'll be there when I get back, and he was.
And what was funny is that I was working across the street from his house in the hospital. I used to work at the company that used to make rotation cabinets. And I used to see the house all the time when I used to look. I said, well, that's a nice house over there. I didn't know it was his house, but when I seen him, I thought he was a cop because he looked all nice and stuff. Because when I met him, he didn't have anything. I mean, he was just, you know what I mean? I'm like, he's like, you remember Gary and Robert? I'm like, oh yeah. And he said, no, I'm Robert, not Gary. And then he goes, he said, you still doing music? I went, well, I'm playing a little bit. He goes, well, he let's do coffee shop gigs. So he said,
And then we were doing acoustic and sitar gigs then, because I could play the sitar and play the acoustic guitar, and I didn't really need another musician. And if I did have another musician, it was nice, but I didn't have to rely on anybody. Where Greg and I, we played one night here with just him playing bass and me playing guitar, and it was all right, but it wasn't fantastic.
Oh, we
like
tried to
tonight.
play the 3 Days in the Grave songs without Gene. So
Yeah.
those songs are very signature. All the riffs and everything. They're not like just regular songs, you know. And the drums, Gene and Robert have been together for so long, played those songs together. Gene knows every single little nuance of what Robert's going to do.
Then you got that duel of the
one time
vocals
his,
between you two.
one time
Constantly.
his stepson was setting up the stuff to record it. Remember that time and Robert said, why don't you play one of our songs? Just play it with no music. And I played Go Count by 25 by myself, on the drums with no music. I just
All
did
the breaks and everything.
all the breaks. I did it. I just
Go
music
Can't
was
Buy.
in my head. Yeah, Go Can't Buy. I did all the breaks. I knew exactly where to put everything. And they're like looking at me, and I did the whole song by myself.
Yeah, that was trippy.
So it just goes to show you that if,
It's in your DNA.
when you play with somebody for so long, it's like you know the stuff. So when you try to get someone else in there to do it, so they can't do it.
We
for
tried
so long.
that.
Because unless they sit down and know Robert and they play with them,
It didn't
they
work.
can't do it. Because they got the guy Pierre, and then he used to play with Black Flag, and he couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and that's the thing is that basically my music I write to go for my lyrics. So sometimes it's not quite within 4/4 thing. I'm a unique writer, all right.
But
They
you have
found
to
it
know.
out.
You have to know exactly where to put the drums in and stuff.
But